skies over Cerritos, about 35 miles southwest of Los Angeles, southeast of Los Angeles, I should say, with a small plane, and both aircraft plummeted then to the ground. We have some updated figures for you. These now are confirmed, a total of 57 people aboard the jetliner. That is 51 passengers and 6 crew members dead. There were 3 people aboard the smaller plane, 1 man and 2 women. They, all 3, were killed in the crash. 10 homes destroyed by fire after that DC-9, after it collided and then lost control and came plummeting to the ground. 10 homes were destroyed by fire. 8 others were seriously damaged. We are told by authorities now, Los Angeles County authorities, no temporary morgue will be set up. The bodies will be taken to the coroner's office located here in downtown Los Angeles. And it's beyond me how these things happen, but it has happened in the past, and it has happened apparently at the scene of this terrible tragedy too. At least 1 man has been arrested for looting. Sheriff's deputies say he was ransacking homes and stripping bodies of their belongings. That person under arrest tonight here in Los Angeles by Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department officials. The airline involved, Aeromexico, has set up a hotline for anybody who is trying to get information about their relatives or friends that they feel may have been aboard Flight 498. That number, I'll give it to you right now if you'd like to jot it down, area code 213-646-0309. Once again, area code 213-646-0309. That's the hotline that Aeromexico has set up if you feel that somebody that you know may have been aboard that plane. Paul Dandridge told our bodies. As we reported earlier, there are still 4 people missing, all children. These children were known to be in the area at the time the plane plummeted to the ground, but there has been no word from them since then, and authorities fear they may have been underneath that plane when it came down, perhaps in one of the structures or dwellings that caught on fire and burned after the plane hit. It took firefighters a great deal of time to try to bring those flames under control. Very similar to a situation on a very similar day in 1978 in San Diego when PSA's Flight 182 collided blocks. This looks like a wing or a tail section. Looks like it might be the flying tail. As you remember, a DC-9 is a twin-engine jet. It has a very high tail up above the elevator, and that looks like the flying tail. We heard eyewitnesses a little while ago describe how when the 2 planes collided in the air, at that point, the tail seemed to fall off, and those eyewitnesses, if this is correct, would be right in that it fell some distance from the main wreckage.
The little plane was underneath the big plane, and he hit the back end of the big plane, or the big plane came down on one of them. I don't know exactly how it happened at that end, but I saw the big plane actually come down and make impact with the ground. He was coming like nose first into the ground at an angle, like about a 45-degree angle on the side. And he hit the ground, and right after he hit the ground, there was a big explosion, a lot of black smoke. As it happened so quick, there was no time for thought. You know, usually you see this thing happen on the news, things like that, and it never happens at home in your own.
Couldn't believe it.
No, still I can't believe it.
And so many other people can't believe it either. The pieces, the bodies, the tragedy. That's what's left of Flight 498, Aeromexico's flight to Los Angeles. We don't know who was aboard. All we know is the numbers, at least the inconclusive numbers now, 64 people now dead, and the 3 people in the smaller plane. The larger question, of course, how it happened. We don't know the answer to that question yet. That will be for the NTSB and the FAA and all the other investigators to try to piece together. It certainly was a mistake someplace, a mistake perhaps on the light plane pilot's part, not seeing the larger plane, or it may have been the larger plane not seeing the light plane. They should have seen each other on a clear day like today. The air traffic controllers perhaps saw the large plane, they were controlling it, but did they see the small one? All questions tonight, very few answers. This is Gene Gleason reporting live. We'll come back as soon as we have new information.